sorry?
Eric, you know, who's the deputy director for this building?
Oh.
And I've been trying to get him to join it. Just slammed. It's going on. He was interested. And then all this other stuff.
Okay. Ross, if you'd like to do roll call, please.
Okay, Mr. Hendricks,
Here.
Mr. Waller,
Present.
Ross, Mr. Bartel, and Mr. Lawson.
We have Ms. Murphy with us this evening,
Yes.
our attorney. Public comments. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'll go. Just real briefly, I started about a year ago coming to these meetings complaining about the trash out in front of the landfill. And probably about 8 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, I started working directly with Teresa Fox, and it's been, the last 2-3 months have been incredibly good. And I'm very grateful for her cooperation, and we're working well together. I see something and need something, I just text her, and she communicates with me as well. And in her free time, she's also helped us. We also have a community volunteer that I've arranged to pick up trash in the area, so she actually comes out with us and helps us. So I felt like all the complaining that I've done, I wanted to at least come here today and tell you that thanks to Republic, I think Teresa's been doing a great job in making sure it gets picked up, and I appreciate that, so.
Well, thanks for all you do. I know you go well beyond the landfill's trash pickup, and I see it on Facebook.
Yeah, you'll see the county commissioner on
I
the.
think
Yeah,
I passed
good.
you. Do you wear the fluorescent vest? And I passed you one day.
Did you stop?
It had probably been a Saturday. Well, I think I was in the curves. I'm like,
Oh,
I'd be
okay.
careful down through there.
Yeah, no, my husband and I go out, we've had as many as 25 people, we do it every first Saturday of the month.
It was a Saturday. It
Yeah,
had been a Saturday.
And
so
then
we
the
just-
city of Loudon helps you with the trash bags?
No.
And, who's helping
No,
you with
the
trash bags?
county had helped a little bit, Chris Parks,
Uh-huh.
but I called the state and talked
Okay.
to the Adopt a Highway, and they sent me a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, good.
So I've been doing, this has become a project,
I love
so
it.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
But no, more needs to be done, but right now, the landfill section is looking good.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We like positive comments.
Yeah.
Next. Yes, sir.
$400,000 for legal?
You never know.
It seems a little excessive.
I'm a Boy Scout, I'm supposed to be prepared.
That's not the point. We don't need to be doing that much legal.
I hope we don't have to.
Yeah, I do too. How come the audit went up to 21,000?
That's for 2 years, so our audit, that's gonna cover 2 years of audit.
All right.
I'll get into it in a minute.
And you're gonna touch on the Republic fee discrepancy in the agenda.
Yes.
All right. I misspoke, it's 200,000.
I was gonna say, where's that 400,000?
I was just letting it go. So it doesn't sound as bad, does it?
Huh?
It doesn't sound as bad, does
Just
it?
like that.
No, but the 400 does. The total. We only get 500. And the money's supposed to be used for closure, post-closure. Remember, we got an 80-year liability.
Post-closure, not closure, post-closure.
Post-closure for 80 years.
I won't be here for that.
Nobody in this room's gonna be here. All right.
Are you gonna speak?
No. I'm just
Brian,
here to.
Brian wanted me to, he's not in today, and he sent his wife Cindy, but he did have concerns about the mud, because he feels he's been coming month after month, and he would like to see something in writing that shows a permanent solution to the problem. So, that's what he wanted me to say. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, okay. So that's his comment. My comment is, I think the budget needs to go back to the drawing board, because I think that the numbers are way exaggerated. The board membership fee, you have 5 members, and even if you're paying the secretary $175,
We're not paying the secretary.
well, whatever you're paying,
The public pays the secretary.
whatever is being paid to the secretary, even with that, we're talking about under 9,000, assuming you had a meeting, a workshop meeting and all 5 members attended. So 14,000 is too high. The legal services I feel is too high also, in that I was looking at your county attorney for an entire county and the multiple lawsuits, probably 5 or 6. The dollar amount for that was 210,000. So I think that needs to be reduced. Also, the contracted services, the engineer, and even the audit. I know that we paid $5,050, but even so.
Well, the audit's $10,500 a year, and we pay half up front and half after. So in reality, half of the 2024 and the 2025 audit will come out of that $21,000.
So did you pay him for half of the job that he didn't do?
We're gonna get to that in a minute, it's on the agenda,
Okay.
yes.
Anyway, I think that it needs to be, these numbers need to be reduced because, like I said, your county attorney fees were $203,000, and that's with, 5 or 6 lawsuits that continue to go on and on and on. So that needs to be reduced.
You could always redo it in the middle of the year.
No, it needs to be redone
No,
right now.
he could always, if you take it down now and you spend more, you can always redo it in the middle of the year.
Well, you can always have a budget amendment.
Right.
The other thing is, I'm concerned about the 2 inspection reports. I hope that the AOCs are addressed with regards to that. And also, with the legal update, I hope that we have something tangible when it comes to the issues that we started off with. Because although, Republic may show interest about buying the landfill, I would have concerns like they do in Murfreesboro, where they're still going back to court to ensure that whatever they decided on, based on Republic's inability to solve those issues and address those issues, we're in the same place. We have Republic that has not addressed the contract, and why would we want to sell it to or even think about selling it to a company that can't live up to their agreement now? It seems to me kind of foolish. So those are my concerns. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, September 2025 minutes. Ms. Ross compiled those and sent those out to everybody.
Yes, and I just wanted, I misspelled Steve's name, so I need to take the E off of it. My apologies.
Oh, and Gary's.
And Gary,
You got it right on the first page.
well, yeah, okay, so, and I got his wrong on the first page and right
Okay.
on the last page, so I will, so it's right on the first page, wrong on the, okay. I will make
It's
those
R-
corrections.
It's RIX, which is correct, I think, on the first page.
Yes, and that's how I've written it down here, so, okay, I'm getting there. So, I'll make those
Work in
corrections
progress, we're good.
and then send those to, the corrected minutes to,
So is that a motion to approve these minutes with those 2 changes?
with those 2 changes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Andrews with the second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? 5-0. Invoices are approved. I received an invoice this afternoon from Ms. Murphy for her legal fees for April and May, and that's a total of $15,960. So we need to pay our attorney.
Do you want me to make the correction on the June 19th?
Oh,
Doesn't affect those 2 months.
Well, I'm just saying it, what part do you want to do?
we'll do that next time. So we need to pay Ms. Murphy's bill for April and May. $15,960. I need a motion to approve
April, May, you say?
April and May, yes.
Make a motion to approve the budget.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? 5-0. Everybody has the budget that Ms. Hunter was just talking about. I would rather have potential costs be too high, just like our revenues, I'd rather have too low. Last year, we budgeted income of $500,000 and we took in $786,000, $202,000 of that being investment income. So, you know, legal services have obviously increased with the expansion and ongoing talks about legal action, which we'll talk about more in a little bit. So, but if anyone would like to adjust the budget, we can. If not, we can approve the budget. It's up to y'all.
What is the building and contents insurance we're paying for?
It's insurance we have to get every year for the landfill.
The what?
It's insurance we get every year for the landfill.
I thought that was liability insurance that we're paying for.
I'm just telling you what it is shown on the piece of paper I signed from the
Yeah,
person.
it's
in office.
liability, I've seen it too.
Okay. Anyways, any questions about the budget, any discussions, any motions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ms. Ross, motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Dr. Martell, is there a second? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? 5-0. I don't really have a vulture update. Have you seen less vultures over there, anybody? I haven't talked to Justin, to be honest, so. Somebody said it kills some vultures, so they're doing something, so.
When is his 6 months? Was it 6 months? Is it 6 months?
I think like February maybe?
Can we have him come in maybe?
I got a note to ask him to come in
Okay.
November.
And I'll put
Oh, that'd be
that on
perfect.
action.
Yeah,
Next month
that'd be
would be
good. There is the first semi-annual groundwater monitoring report. Stoddard, any words of wisdom from that puppy?
Took a while to get everything together to get it out, but it got out. We did an additional sampling event during that process. We did get the spring on the Purdy property. We captured what we feel like is a significant amount of data to adjust or accommodate the network moving forward.
Okay. Any questions up here?
Yes,
Please.
yeah, I mean, overall, appreciate that was well put together. I just had a couple questions for some clarification, if you don't mind.
Okay.
On page 7, under the, I guess it's the third paragraph down, where you're talking about trend analysis, you talk about statistically significant increasing trends are consistent with recent events, but I'm not clear what you mean by recent events.
It's the sequencing over the course of a couple of years. So I think and I don't have the data in front of me right now, but I'm assuming that the trends are of kind of seasonal fluctuations. So I think this cycle in the first half of the year typically has the same SSIs and not shared in the second half of the year.
Okay, so by recent events, you mean the recent history of sampling?
Correct, yes.
Then further down that page, the second to last paragraph, you talk about, with regard to potassium, you mentioned some undefined short-term influence on groundwater quality, which is no longer occurring, but I don't know what you mean by that.
Just based upon what you just read to me, I'm assuming that there was potassium at some point in time that was at an exceedance. There either was a determination from that we partnered with the state on that said that this was naturally occurring, or maybe it's subsided and it's no longer an impact anymore. I'd have to have the data in front of me to really.
Okay. And then, a little bit
Feel
further-
free to email me. I'll give you
Yeah.
in front of my desktop.
Okay, sure.
Answer.
And then, yeah, like I said, I don't have any major issues, just some questions, things that I don't quite understand. On page 9, at the very bottom, talking about nitrate, that last sentence, you conclude elevated detections do not appear to be due to leachate migration because nitrate is not a leachate indicator parameter. Do you mean it couldn't be due to leachate because you don't measure nitrate in leach? maybe I'm just not understanding the way that sentence is put together.
The leachate primarily being inorganic, I think the evidence of nitrates is probably more due to, you know, our neighbors' activities, and that's been something that's kind of come up in the past with the mushroom facility. There are elevated organics that come out of there, and so we do share somewhat of a network with them on that eastern perimeter. But
Okay.
just detailing that.
Because you indicate you plan to get additional information. What do you mean by information regarding the sources?
Just confirming the source, if the nitrates are from the mushroom facility, we want to be able to verify that and have evidence to share with TDEC and the commission and our neighbors as well.
Okay. And then one thing maybe I just missed in the report. I understand CEC does the sampling, correct? And they send the samples off to the laboratory to get analyzed.
Correct.
Who does the comparison with the MCLs and the other benchmarks? Is that
CEC does that. We also have another groundwater consultant. We utilize Egan Associates out of Ohio. And so
that's
we had
right.
kind of two sets of reviewers in this data.
okay? And who is responsible for making sure that the most recent updated values of those MCLs and other benchmarks are used?
The lab would be responsible for reporting those levels, but CEC, Egan, and Republic would be responsible for confirming those values are accurate.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, Stoddard, what about a third quarter LFG monitoring report update? That one was only 7 pages versus the previous one, it was 200 plus pages.
And a lot of that is stock wording in there. But yeah, every quarter we do probe monitoring reports to determine if methane is migrating off of the landfill. Historically, and even recently, we have not had any issues with methane migration. Our probes routinely come back below any sort of detection limits, and so it's a solid waste requirement. So it's virtually a checking the box exercise for what we're doing here.
I have a question. Did I read that correct, that your SCS reported back 0 on all of the monitoring they captured and could sample 0 gas anywhere on the landfill?
No, it's just the probes. We do surface emissions monitoring too, where you could see some emissions that may be, but I mean, your thresholds are 500 parts per million there. So if there was, say, a pocket of gas that was pushing out, you would notice that in the report, in the readings, but that's nothing we pick up during our probe monitoring.
So the 0s were all for the push?
The specific bar holes, we have 1 permanent probe and then the 2 enclosed structures that we also monitor. Those, I mean, again, we're doing it as a verification of over the quarterly kind of cadence, but if methane's migrating off-site, we would definitely want to know, and obviously it'd be a byproduct of a larger issue, and that's not suspected. I mean, we'd be expecting it's a liner break or waste off of the side. I mean, that'd be where the source of methane would come from.
Any other questions about the gas monitoring? I saw an email from you to Chris Klein yesterday, I believe, for module C and D closure.
Be going back and forth, yeah.
Will you just give us an update on that real quick?
So one thing we're trying to come up with a plan that we all agree on is a tow drain for the base of the slope along the capping side of the landfill that we're working on this winter going into next spring. We're just trying to come into
Repeat that, tow drain on the what?
on the eastern slope. It's the slopes that are getting closed this year. We want to have something that we can utilize for future use to tie in to do the full perimeter of the landfill. But for now, you know, the third-party engineer being an expert in utilities, for the most part, getting his input is very helpful. But also we want to make sure we're checking all the boxes on our end. So a few adjustments came where we would tie in clean outs in different frequencies just to make it easier for a jet and vac crew to maintain them. Also incorporating drainages into the clean outs and ensuring we're using granite, not limestone material, various things. So yeah, haven't heard back from them since last night. We're going back and forth, and before anything gets set in stone, we're making sure it's right.
Thank you.
Is it related to the leachate, to this
The
closure?
temporary pumps. The 2 temporary pumps on that side.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that related to
And y'all addressing the 2 temporary pumps being removed, correct?
Yeah, so this would in theory provide some continuity with the existing gravity-fed system. So this tow drain would tie into the existing leachate infrastructure and would flow to the western side of the landfill, which we just installed the 2 risers with the new cell.
It would take away the need for the 2 temporary pumps that go all the way over.
Correct.
Do you already have the plan on that, on paper sometimes?
That's what Chris and I are going back and forth on.
Okay,
Those are
so
the
it's
plans.
not at you haven't settled on the plan yet?
No, and just an update too is as Hinkle finishes up the cell construction, they are going to start moving waste around, and one of the efforts that they need to jump at pretty quickly is that east ditch, east slope. We have no idea where the anchor trench is, and so to be able to find that, that's going to incorporate us actually installing the tow drain. This has been a kind of a gap in the as-bills for a long time, so this week, actually, Hinkle did wrap up cell construction, so they're gonna be tying up some ancillary items and then moving to that east slope. The week of the 20th is kind of, next week is what we're expecting.
So the new cells will be put into use October 20th-ish.
Won't be put into use, but they'll be ready to be put into use as soon as TDEC finalizes their review once the CQA report comes out.
And then how quickly will you start using those cells once they're approved by TDEC?
TDEC has 30 days, so as soon as they're approved, we probably start moving into them that same day.
Okay, awesome, good. Let's talk about the leachate disconnect under cell A, because I know y'all worked your tails end off, and Chris Klein and this commission, you know, is really involved in that too. Will you give us an update, because I know y'all did some great work on that cell A leachate disconnect?
Yeah, that was a journey. A couple day work ended up becoming 2 weeks worth of work. We were constantly cameraing, going back and forth. We got the pipe inserted, the stinger rod, all the way to the bottom of the waste column, really without much resistance. Maybe 4 hours worth of work got us there. Obviously, the Fernco was a bit of a journey. We brought in various back trucks with root cutters, jetter rods. We just didn't have the rigidity to really cut through it like we were hoping to. We wanted to really just kind of slip on through. Instead, a combination of jet and vac, the grinder, the root grinder, and also the stinger rod, we were able to dislodge the Fernco in a way where it exposed everything on the up gradient side. That was a little bit of a shocker for us. We were expecting some sort of rigid pipe, whether PVC, HDPE. Chris and I did collaborate on a plan set where we noticed something referred to as CPP, which is corrugated plastic pipe, and that's what we ran into. We essentially ran into ADS, your down drain spout at your house is what was behind that pipe. So we did get the stinger rod in place. We did set it. We did have leachate pass through. It wasn't at, did not increase as much as maybe we had thought or maybe potentially hoped. But we are getting good pass through. Everything is working. I do have a clean out installed to where jetting and bagging and maintaining that area is not going to be a problem. I think the only thing moving forward that might be an issue is the perforations in that stinger rod getting clogged, but jetting and backing we'll be able to maintain it. We'll camera it periodically too to make sure that the jet vac is actually cleaning that line.
Awesome, thank you. The leachate tank has been reset. Is that back in use at this point?
Yes, we tested our riser pumps for the new cells. We discharged about 8 feet of liquid, maybe almost a third of the capacity. No leaks whatsoever. We tested the pumps to make sure we can push it to the POTW, but we are utilizing the tank moving forward now. It's back in operation.
And then you have 1 year to install another 250,000 gallons of capacity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to get to 350,000 gallons worth of capacity. We're gonna be at 269 when it's all said and done, but that'll be the tank that'll be coming in next year.
And you have 1 year to do that since part 2 is, our new expansion was approved, correct?
We have no approvals yet. It'll be once we are approved for waste placement, the clock
Gotcha,
starts.
okay. Okay, so once those 2 cells or modules are
Yep.
approved, that's when you have your 1 year clock starts. I know the borrow pit keeps coming up, so what's your plans with that? Because I know you have to go to the county for rezone and stuff. What's that looking like?
So still working with Chris on the plan set over there with that one. I would like to move forward with go ahead and classifying it. We don't need permits to access that area and to run test pits. I would like to go ahead and know what we're dealing with, what soil availability does look like. I'm hoping I can work with Chris and the commission here to let us do that almost as soon as possible. Just because we would like to use that in our calculations moving forward, just for financial assurance mechanisms,
Absolutely.
and so we can gauge our soil needs for the life of the site.
I'll check with Chris tomorrow on that one. Stormwater ponds, how are those looking?
All good. Pond 2, we're still plugging. We're not discharging, but there's a new aerating system we brought out there to try to assist in us in getting it back. BOD is still, I didn't have the samples in time to get this report out to you last week, but we did get samples back earlier this week. Ammonia is almost virtually non-detect anymore. It's down to 2 parts per billion. BOD is still slightly elevated. We were at 183 and the cutoff's 120. We weren't elevated previously, kind of something that happened over the course of us having the pond plugged. I think a lack of pass-through, maybe just somewhat of a stagnant water situation might be the problem there, but keeping it aerated, we're seeing trends in the right direction.
Okay.
That pond is getting, we have forebay going in related to the closure project.
Okay.
That is something I'm working to get done this year.
Will you make sure to include that report in next month's packet?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Audit update, our auditor's had some health issues and he's back. Ms. Murphy's talked to him. He's asked me for 2 sets of information that he has, so fingers crossed by November we'll have our 2024 and 2025 audits both to approve. David, will you give us our Republic fee discrepancy update?
Yes, sir. Richard, I appreciate you noticing that last month. I did not inspect that. That's my fault. For some reason, and I did go back in 2025, the first month that it happened was last month, we paid 5.3% on the top line. I don't know why. And then for some reason, the top number did not get carried down to the second line. This month, I've also looked at it. I have not seen the check. It's not been done yet. I'll deliver it next week. And if everything stays the same, I'm $3,900+ behind for the 2 months, and I'll have that caught up in November.
Perfect. Thank you. We're gonna, one thing I know is fires, you'll like this one, I think. There's been a concern, and we've gone back and forth about the best ways to fix it, and the big one thing is paving the interior of the landfill. So we finally had enough discussions, and they realized what's needed. So they're gonna be starting in November, sometime in November, paving from the road all the way up to the wheel wash, and to see how that addresses the mud on the road going into the winter season. So, there's that. Am I missing anything?
I can elaborate on it.
Please, I love elaborating.
Yeah, so from the scales to the wheel wash, we're going 1,000 linear feet, about 100 feet past the wheel wash. We're gonna install a series of catch basins with essentially cattle guards. These are just put into casting this week. They're about a 3-week lead time. They're designed to carry the weight of all types of trackhoes, all types of dump trucks, tractor trailers. So they're pretty robust, and the idea is that obviously that'll catch the sediment before it hits, but at least eliminating that stretch of rock and mud is not gonna be a fix-all, but it's at least a step in the right direction. Yes.
exactly.
Thank you all very much for that. Let's skip legal update for now, and then go to operations report.
Packages there as usual. I caught up with the September and October inspection reports, and everything's there per usual.
What about the AOCs?
What about, she asked about the AOCs, the problems.
What about these?
Yeah, you mind if I elaborate?
Go ahead.
So the current lingering issue is that eastern perimeter ditch, which we have plugged. I did talk to the regulator, Paula Plant, extensively after her inspection. There was the Sunday night rains that actually occurred. She came out the next day and noticed that there was standing water in there, and she didn't like the color of the water that she saw. One could argue it was just algae growth or some sort of bacteria. Someone could argue it was leachate. She did not observe leachate flowing in, but she did comment that she just felt that the tint of the color was enough to at least make it a cause for concern. She knows we're mitigating it. She says our methods of maintaining it are perfectly acceptable. she knows it's a project we're working on with the closure, so, an AOC is what she felt was sufficient in that moment.
I have a question. Do you maintain a activity meter on site so you can test the ponds yourself to see if there's elevated conductivity in the pond?
We don't, no. We take samples, we send them off. Obviously, we can, I mean, but we wouldn't do that internally. We wanna hire a third party to come in just so there's no question about the data.
And TDEC didn't bring a conductivity meter with them.
Now, she said we could test it and contest it, but by the time we do that, it'll be the next cycle for inspections.
I think we've already covered everything in your brush pile. Mulched all that up. Are you using that for roads? What are you using all that brush for in the brush pile? that you're
Yeah, the
grabbing?
ground mulch is great for roads, great for stormwater controls. It allows us to, kind of play with our dirt a little bit better, more effectively. Really, it's great for growing grass. That's one of the things we're gonna target here as cell construction's wrapping up. We have a small window right now where seeding is still kind of a good opportunity. I have a crew that's coming down from Churchill, Tennessee this week to assist Hinkle with seeding their slopes as they transition over to the other side and start working on grading for the closure.
Any other questions from Republic? Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet. Yes, go ahead, Ms. Ross, sorry.
Okay, when we were, had a meeting on June 19th, we went into executive session and there was some, the camera was accidentally turned off, and so, when we got back, so, there were some things we didn't capture, so I'd like to make a motion to amend, the June 19th minutes, to include Ms. Murphy's rates, and these were voted on after the executive session, and the non-litigation rate was changed to $385. And those rates will start as of June 19th, 2025. And I would like to make a motion to make that change, to make that addition on that.
Is there a second?
A second?
Okay. No second? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Ms. Murphy, legal update? You sat here this whole time just for this moment.
A big moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know this is not legal, but I love conductivity meters, and I think every landfill should have one. Everyone should have one. So should all the inspectors at TDEC. So there has been a few developments that relate to sort of longstanding concerns and complaints from the public and the commission. Today, and Republic was made aware of this, so this is not a surprise to them. The commission went ahead and filed suit against Republic, and so the complaint's been filed in Chancery Court as of today. It has not gone out for service, and what that means is that it's just in a hold pattern for right now. So until it goes out for service, all the other procedural clocks don't start running. So that's the first thing to know. The second thing is that the complaint had been waiting for multiple months in the hope that enough issues would have been resolved that the complaint would not be warranted. Those issues are not resolved, but that doesn't mean they won't be. The issues are not resolved, but they have started into a very meaningful discussion. And what Republic's counsel shared with me that we both felt was important for the public to know is that even though there is not a proposal yet from Republic, they're planning to give us one. And that will be in a particular format that is not what I would necessarily want or expect, but it's the way they do things. If they decide that they want to make a proposal for the purchase of the landfill, there would be a period of negotiating what that purchase would include. And it would contractually, if the cities and everyone voted on it, so they liked it all, it would be sort of just like a basic real estate deal, only with a very long closing period. Now, I'm not sure I fully understand what all that entails for their side, but basically it means they don't fund it and it doesn't come to fruition in finality until the close, like any other real estate deal. So that's kind of the basic structure that they're talking about. So I don't have anything to give the commission. I don't have anything to give the public in the form of a proposal from Republic, but it looks like one is coming. And I think I should address one of the questions that keeps coming from the public to just reduce some of the confusion. There's sort of this mentality of, well, if they're not meeting all their obligations, why would you sell it to them? Like, well, any kind of final deal would change and include, hopefully, terms that the commission and the city counties do not already have that are more protective for the community and more enforceable. So for example, one of the things in the complaint is you've had this long-standing road problem with the debris coming, and we sent you a letter and fined you, and your answer back was, we don't really have to clean up, we don't have to prevent the mud from getting down there, we just have to clean it once it arrives, and you can't fine us. Those contract terms don't give the commission any teeth. There's no way, you know, if that's how they're gonna argue it, now we've gotta go to court and fight about what those terms are. So there are a number of places where you could look at the public contracts and see that the commission has to be involved with the day-to-day operation. They are potentially sharing liability if bad operating decisions are made by Republic, but maybe they don't have all the protections they should have. So if this goes into that format, it's not just going to be a sale. There will be other components that are more protective for the community long-term. So I wanted to let you all know that's on the table. If it gets there and we get into negotiations and we're discussing it, it's not just a sale. So.
Where did you file a suit against them? What jurisdiction?
Across the street, Chancery Court.
In Loudon County?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to the executive session.
So we're gonna go into executive session, so any questions that the commission has, which they have, about what was filed and what the risks and advantages are or not, will be answered in that session.
That's my magic little room.
Our magic secret room.
Yeah, the cone of silence.
And Richard, stay out of my purse.
Are you done with storage and
Yeah.
get on the road?
Yeah.
I don't have to run this all the way around. Thank you.
I hope it doesn't take long.
Hey, good work on this so far.
Thank you, appreciate it. Glad you had Chris too,
Yeah, he's good.
he's good.
He's the best.
Hey, David. How did we start getting stuff from Chattanooga? When people said it, they forgot.
keys.
You have to lock yourself in?
I would have.
Yeah.
I think that's a company, I don't think that's Chattanooga. I think that's a company,
Well, Chattanooga's within the 75 miles, barely.
barely. But I think that's a company.
Did you let me know?
I will. I can't, yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Oh, no, I appreciate you guys. Yeah.
No, very nice. We'll let
Yes,
Teresa know.
there's a lake.
Yeah, she's been doing
Yes,
it, I know that there were some challenges in the beginning, but I don't know what she's done
For
different. I know I
paying
see guys out there now picking up and she's
It's in the
out there
contract.
picking up.
Oh, is it?
She has a
Just
new
tell
boss.
them that.
Oh, okay.
She did a good job.
She does, she tries, and I appreciate that. She and I have had a really
I'm
good
staying
rapport
until they
over
come
several
back.
months now,
And then, so
and
just.
so I appreciate the fact that she's been
So
trying
when is
so
she gonna
hard.
be back?
Oh, and I'm
he's
Lisa.
hoping you
It's
don't
nice to
have
meet you. Yes, no,
Don's
Teresa.
got a hotel,
Great.
because he's like 9 hours
Because
away.
I have to
But
battle the city
he'll be
and
away
county on the
for
rest of that road.
Probably like
And,
if he's coming straight home, so you're
Okay.
good.
I mean, you know, the
So-
trash trucks,
Tomorrow when
you know, that flies off and then they get off the interstate.
So just,
And
yeah, cause I'm
I
sure
know
he's
we picked up, what, first of October, we went
Tell
out and
me
picked up
a late fee.
all the way for
Um,
Loves. I only
He'll,
got
cause
to
he'll probably be waiting on
a
your
month,
call.
a Honda.
So, but he'll be in the
I couldn't
truck.
get any further and we had 12 guys
He's,
of trash.
he picked that car up, so
At
he's in the
least.
truck.
And so, 20 total. And
Cause I
then
have to go
we,
get my grandkids.
so the problem I have is, and
Oh,
I'm explaining to the county commissioner on
I
Monday.
get it.
Oh, I've done
Is-
that.
Oh,
Looking at the
I've
city
done that.
between the interstate
All right,
and
just
where
calling
you guys,
you.
where the landfill is, is at the city.
I don't
The
have
city
a
has
truck.
zero trash pickup. Zero.
Bye.
Bye, Cindy, say hi to Brian.
I was cool. I just checked
And,
them straight. I just checked
They,
them
and so
out.
the county won't allow,
I think a lady at the account manager,
it's a college
I don't know.
so what they're calling it.
It's not,
I've been fighting about it for months.
Oh, yeah.
And they finally were like, well, if you want trash picked up
I
yourself, so we
don't
have, so
know.
we
It's
picked up over
some
400 and some
other
bags of trash just since
I don't know.
February, just because, you know, I
But
had
I
to
am
get it done.
I have
So now I
communicated
go to
with
county
her.
commissioner on Monday, cause
She
I
did
found that there
adjust,
is a,
but
there
I'm
is a
gonna
law
make
that
sure this,
says that
I'm gonna
they,
see this month
they,
and then I'll get it
county,
right.
they keep telling me
Appreciate
that
it.
they can't work.
Thank you.
Inmates cannot work
Well,
within the city
it just
because
stood
they
out.
have a liability.
Well, I had a boss a
They
long
don't
time
get
ago who
reimbursed
looked at me
by
and
the
said,
state.
it's not what
I
you
found out
expect, it's
that's
what
not
you
true.
inspect.
The law
And I did
actually
not
says
expect.
the inmates can work within the city with
Well,
no
I read
liability
documents.
and,
I don't read.
and they will be reimbursed by the
I read
litter grant.
Oh, wow.
And so,
something that stands
now I'm
out.
gonna go to
understand.
county
That's
commissioner on
the
Monday,
thing, don't
bring
forget.
Jellystone
And it should have to
Park,
be, and I
everywhere you
apologize.
get out
I
there,
just-
that's a, you know,
I'll
Jellystone
get it
Park,
fixed.
Tennessee National, it
Thank you.
should be a clean thoroughfare. So I'm gonna go to them on Monday and ask them if they would please just reconsider and clean up that mile and a half. You guys are doing your part, can you guys please, I know it's city, but can you please make that a priority? I don't, all I can do is ask and
That's right.
over and over and over again.
Now it's getting all torn up with the utility improvements and.
That hasn't helped much, but I'm just kind of waiting for that to be done, but, you know, the county commissioners, they just, it's like nobody cares about the trash. They actually have a litter control committee. Adam Waller sits on it, the sheriff, Billy Pickle,
Yes, sir.
there are like 5 or 6 people that sit on it. They've never met, they didn't even know they were part of this litter control.
Hold on one sec.
Until I found
Let me
them
call you
and
right back,
contacted them.
okay?
Like, oh, yeah.
You got,
The only
you
reason
got-
Mayor Bradshaw set it up was so they could get the litter grant money. So they have to have it, they never meet. So I've asked several times, look, oh, can I?
I'm sitting next to Lindsay.
I'll come and
She's
I'll
talking
offer
to
some,
somebody.
You know,
I'll
options and some
call you
help.
back
I've
in
talked to
2
everyone
minutes,
from,
okay?
you know, up the top of the chain in Tennessee all the way down to the bottom, and I get some help.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they don't wanna help. It's weird, like, if you live in this town, don't you want it to be clean? You know, it blows my mind. And then, of course, initially, they were like, I live in Roane County, so I live like 150 feet into Roane County off of the Loudon County. So they were like, well, you're in Roane County, so what? I work, live, eat, breathe, everything, and I don't live, I do everything else in Loudon, I come down 72 every time, so.
Right.
I don't know, I don't get it, you know, you would think, you know, you got someone here that's willing to do it for free
Right, and help.
and help. They get money to go into the schools, they don't go into the schools and talk about it. So, anyway, I just appreciate you guys, I'm glad we got, oh, hi Pat, I'm glad we got to where we're, tell Teresa she's doing a
I
great
will.
job.
Thank you.
I'll tell you.
So, okay, it's nice out as well.
Yeah, it is.
We've
It's
got 2
cold.
tickets on.
I wanna go. Oh,
We've
it
got
has
2 Billy
last
trucks
night.
on the schedule. He didn't have anybody sign the tickets.
Leave it with Justin, not Justin, leave it with, Otis.
Is that on top or is that?
Let me see, yeah. Let me call us. She might call us. I wonder if they left. Shit, call. They might be gone. It's 5:45.
You said dark, so he's probably.
That's true. Hey, are you still there at the site? Okay, we got a couple of ghillie trucks that are still hauling. Can they leave the tickets with you? Where are you? Up on the top? Okay. Are you in a piece of equipment? Okay, yeah, they're gonna, they're in the big black dump trucks, but we're gonna, David Hollinshed's gonna call him and tell him to leave tickets with you. He's in the Komatsu about to get in the truck.
I've
He's
got
on
a
top.
gentleman on the Komatsu on top, leaving with the Odyssey, that, he'll be looking for you coming up the hill.
Okay, yeah, I told him to haul till dark so we can.
On top, up on top. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay, thank you. He's gonna go over by the soil pile.
Okay.
Perfect. Ooh, I forgot about the tickets. Thank you for getting all that. I was
Yes,
panicked,
ma'am.
because they were like, we're out of dirt. I'm like, we're out of dirt, oh my gosh.
I work for you, I try.
I appreciate it. So we stay here until they come out?
You two can leave, go.
No, I mean, what, I don't understand the
They're
process.
probably close to the meeting as soon as they get out.
Is that what normally happens?
This about one time. We just sat outside the whole time.
They're letting us stay in today.
Yeah. My daughter, way all of us.
Yeah, you're good too. You're good.
Bringing up the lawsuits.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I'm glad they got that.
And Laura, reclassing stuff to the capping CD. This one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how our girl, whoever does that for me on a monthly basis, I don't know how she changed it. It just,
Because everything went to the ARC and it's all, it's been messed up ever since. So we're gonna be regrading, putting material in, doing the floor bay for the pond. That's it.
And just getting home camping someplace.
Okay.
And reopening pond too. Once we take a bucket before we end up, she's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're so close anyways, it's like every month I'm just waiting for it to just tick up the
Yeah.
section out.
Okay, so how much work, I mean, how, did he give you a schedule on that? Regrading work and all that?
Till Thanksgiving.
Okay.
They're gonna stick around and kind of maintain it, but no real heavy earthwork, just kind of tacking things in as they, rains will happen, real hits, getting it.
Okay.
I actually have side seating at the Carter Valley Bumping Gas project, and they're gonna come down and work with Will and Hinkle, kind of get everything set up and sprayed and matted and seeded.
On the east or just on the south?
Everything from the cell area, so
Okay.
the new road, everything going, and that was one thing too, between Teresa on site the other day, we walked through kind of like how she's gonna do her turnaround pad, and it's very narrow, so
It is.
we're gonna fill in, there was some pipe that Hinkle was gonna do to take like if you look at the new cells of the rising panel, there was a perimeter ditch that kept going up, and it literally had like a hole, like right next to the turnaround pad. And I was like, what's the point of this? And he's like, I don't know, it's just in the designs, and I was like, let's just rip wrap all this, give me that pipe, and he's gonna throw the pipe in, to where then we're gonna kind of fill over the pipe, so she can have a little more room to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty.
Everything's looking so, it's like finally.
Yeah. Are we gonna say something to them about how you're not here, you're back, or?
Oh, yeah, might as well, yeah. Oh, as needed, I'll still give them the update
Sure.
on all that stuff.
Things getting done, things.
Yeah.
it's not good. It's not upstairs. I'll tell that. Split those today.
Sounds good. I'm gonna-
Oh.
Hey, Otis. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, bye-bye. Awesome.
Is that open?
Yeah.
Hey, they might run some dark tomorrow, too, or Saturday.
That would be fun.
Yeah, we gotta have somebody there.
Oh, yeah, Saturday wouldn't work out. I
You
don't want, I don't want to camp out there until dark. Oh, I forgot about it. I did say Saturday, didn't
Yeah,
I?
you did, that's why I'm bringing it up. You wanna
Right.
Cancel Saturday?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
know
just,
what I was thinking.
I didn't know what you were
Unless-
thinking, but I went with
yeah.
the boss.
Right, you're right. Thank you. Sometimes I have to remember the rules. Unless we had like some kind of, No, we need-
No, the gate's gotta be closed, you're done for Sunday.
yeah,
What time do I cut him off on Saturday?
like, probably 11 or 12.
It's your place.
I know, I just don't know how long they, when they get out of there. Let me text Otis. I'll just call him. I don't know if SOS is staying longer or not, I guess I don't know. Hey, sorry to bug you again. How late is everybody staying on Saturdays usually? Okay, 1 o'clock. Okay. Yeah,
Is it dark tomorrow?
yeah, start time.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to get the dirt hauled in, but I don't want them hauling if nobody's there to take tickets and, verify that. Oh, okay. Well, if he's gonna be there all day, like, do you think till 3? Okay, so I'll just need to make sure that they check in and out with him and link in the tickets. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye. He's great.
Did you know what?
No, not yet. I'm trying.
Is he SOS?
He came up from Cedar Trail in Florida.
Yeah,
They're
right.
good.
Mhm.
So good.
That's my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Marta.
All right, so dark tomorrow and 3 on Saturday?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, just, I'm scared to say 3 if they don't stay till 3.
1?
Yeah, let's do 1.
Okay.
Steve has some tough questions for me today.
Yeah.
He's a PhD in ecology. So groundwater report was records for a while, so I was like, I have to qualify my statements, I don't have anything in front of me.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he's really, I mean, they were all supposed to come out for a landfill tour, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and he was the only one that showed up.
Oh.
It was kind of like, kind of felt, you could tell he was like, they're like, yeah, we can do this tour.
Well, it's funny, you kind of work on the site pretty fast and you're like, we're done.
That's it, yeah.
I like even when I'm by myself, it sometimes takes me 30 minutes to get around Middle Point. But in that long, I'm like, all right, it's been 10, it's been done.
Beast. Things getting better out there.
It is, yeah. It is, it's kind of a long haul, not completely.
Oh, I meant to tell you something. When you said about the borrow pit,
Yes.
you probably don't need a permit at this point, but if you start digging, you will.
Yeah, to develop it, we need a permit.
Yeah, because you'll need the soil disturbance permit.
Mhm. Yeah, and we'll need a general construction too with the state, but we'll need a local permit too for.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll need, we're finding that out with the new school, with the soil disturbance. They're moving 320,000 cubic yards of dirt,
Oh, okay.
a lot.
What are you gonna do with all that
Do I need
dirt?
a home for the dirt?
Yeah, what are you gonna do with all that dirt?
Well, you know what? We should have moved it down here because they're gonna give it to the church for free.
Oh, that's.
Well, at some point, we're gonna need dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been a perfect place.
Right. Did you have zoning issues with that, did you know? Or any sort of like zoning, like abnormalities?
Well, I think there's the process if you're going to disturb soil. It's on the website. It tells you everything that you're going, all the documents that you're gonna have to submit.
I know the landfill is got a weird zoning, it's for like agriculture, forestry or something,
Yeah.
it's not like zoned as typical.
They don't really have regulations, except there's certain things that do fall under there, like the zoning, the burning falls under the zoning. There's certain things, and you might wanna talk to Jim Jenkins, he is the codes guy. We have a planner, but he doesn't do the planning, so Jim is the go-to person.
No, I did hear that the planning people and the zoning don't talk, so I don't know if that's just because they don't like each other or they don't know who each other
No,
are.
I don't think the planning knows what to do.
What was the name you just referenced?
Jim Jenkins,
Okay,
you'll find him on the website.
Okay.
Loudon County Planning and Development.
thank you.
Yeah.
We were chasing that for a while, so. I wasn't sure how far it was going to be, at least gonna get some.
Well, I should have brought my coat,
Why?
'cause I'm freezing.
Huh?
I'm freezing in here.
He's sitting on
It's
a
not that bad.
non-jurisdictional determination for the whole thing. How's it you feeling? It's like a car flip or something. expenses.
Right.
And so, yeah,
Just don't understand why they're against it.
it was one of those things that kind of hit early on, so I frequently like kind of raised the question, I think it's kind of frustrating, probably for like the whole news, but maybe to force them back in April, just. And CBC, they are hounding us, they're so thirsty for work. And I don't know what it is, but like they always want to know what's going on in Outlaw. Just like played the game with them yesterday.
I told Waller, our legal fees for the entire county are $203. And we're involved in 6 or 7 lawsuits. What I wanna know is why isn't our insurance paying for it? I'm gonna have to ask them.
Yeah,
Our insurance should be paying for this. Our insurance should be paying for this lawsuit. It should be taken out of the budget.
Our insurance,
Our insurance,
where'd you come up with that?
it's a liability insurance. The commission's liability
the one thing,
insurance.
the GOCO system, they have to buy new pumps. They work, but generate 5 gallons a day, and these pumps can only discharge 20 gallons per minute, which is like 28,000 gallons, I don't know. The math times 2,800. It's like eventually it's gonna get get certain, that won't be a problem, but. Yeah, so we'll have a bunch of 1 horsepower pumps.
That damn thing was 770,
If anyone needs a 1 horsepower
Are
pump,
you kidding?
I looked it up.
that I just.
Damn, it's cold in here.
Well, we've been sitting
It's
there
cold sometimes.
till we're only $10,000.
Well, they're gonna be doing something because the budget committee's gonna start.
I was leaving all the money kind of in
The
BTS,
budget
like shuffle
committee's gonna
around,
start
but I didn't
pouring.
know what the site needs were gonna be. And like back in
No,
the end of August, you just like
at the,
pull everything to the area. It's
County
like,
office
it's
building, but
way
they're
early to
starting
do
at
that
4.
right now.
I know,
Why?
yeah.
They have
There's a lot of used to
something,
get on and be like, you start,
Going on at
sweep
3.
the money, sweep
Yeah.
the money, and I'm like, oh.
They don't want that?
A lot of times projects are kicking off,
Well-
and I hate for it to be so late, but.
Well, I've been playing the game now, where
I
like,
came
they go
up
over
with-
here, like, is this really gonna
he's
happen? Shall
adding,
we-
he's adding
Look at my
their
board.
200,000.
You have $800,000
can't
you
add
can grab
that
out of
in
this, we're not spending this
The
year.
investment
He's like,
income
oh, okay.
to come up with
Does Loudon know about this? Yeah.
786.
Of course, he hasn't touched it.
Those numbers are wrong. If you go to 9 months,
Using it.
that's 50 in the corner.
Well, I guess, yeah, he didn't, they didn't do that civil manager, so I don't know.
Since when are he says that it's Republic, it's
And they're
coming
keeping
out of
Sarah very
these,
busy, Sarah
the
Roth.
175.
She's, I mean, I'm getting like
He's
a
a
team note about
jackass.
something just random all the time that she's trying to
He
chase
said he
down.
was a finance major.
So,
He is not, he's political.
Nobody said he was.
I
Oh,
assume he's
nobody
probably
said, oh, okay.
that kind of like tween.
That's
between,
better.
Like, Vladek, Luke,
Is that camera still on?
Miller,
Huh?
Probably.
Is the camera still on?
I wear lots of hats.
No.
Yeah.
Can you
So-
turn, is the light off?
No, it's blue. I mean, it's white.
We had,
Do you have your phone?
the card
You
on
looked on the county website?
like a lot of that, I need to let the lawyer know, like, that was like the cleanest gas project I've ever experienced.
Nice.
It just, and I ended up like not using almost $100,000, and I was just like, you sure this is your final invoice? Cause like, we added stuff to your scope. I'm like, no, this is it, like, they gave us the rundown.
That's weird, because we have like $100,000 change order that we weren't expecting.
Well, Holly had told me, like, watch the change orders, watch it, and like, I got 2 of them early on, I was like, oh, it was, you know, I'm
Yeah.
seeing it.
We have people, they're on-site people, plus our CQA folks say, okay, well, it's probably, you know, the
What do I
million
look
and a half
like?
crew and.
Loudon County,
Isn't it-
Tennessee
isn't it just-
government,
I got that.
Okay, go to, live streaming
So, 100 all day,
or,
and we get an invoice for like 198, and I was like, what? And we've been battling it out with them with procurement, and it's just not going anywhere, it's like, you know what, we have to use them again later today, not today, later again this
what
year.
is the menu
So you have
say?
another event?
Yeah, it's an add-on, like
Okay.
pull forward,
Yeah.
so,
I know that Flo did, we were trying to chase it. I kind of went into like a site review to see what liquid levels look like, and I mean, I'm sure there's a slug somewhere in there that's just restricting flow, but
So no
that'll point
results
you worse
now.
in Carter Valley from a cobweb standpoint, it's like, where does stuff go? I don't, there's jumpers all over the place.
Oh, yeah, it's awful. It's awful. When they were mowing, we had a force main we didn't know about. And we hit it, and all of a sudden, all the pumps started going, and everybody's like, whoa, what just happened? Damn it. Don't mess with it. Because then all the
So
pumps
it's
were
running.
pumping on it.
Who,
But-
is his name Tony by
I'm not
chance?
showing up.
No, it was our mowers.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Is
it
my
was
camera
actually
showing up?
Rainbow. He got on a tractor.
Oh, that's
It was
great.
Rainbow.
Way over there.
Because that side of the hill had not been
It
mowed
says line.
easily.
Okay, so it's
Oh,
still on.
really? So it was thick.
It was bad.
You can't hear it.
And then the bad part, you go and you mow
You
part of
can't
it,
hear
and
it on
you
your
get
phone.
all the way around, and the state comes
I don't
out, and
know.
all of a sudden, front load looks way worse than it did before you started mowing. They're like, AOC,
Oh, jeez.
can't win. Yeah, that's been a
Yeah,
little
the
rough,
kids.
but we are making progress.
They can probably hear us.
Yeah, that's why I kept telling Teresa, I'm like, listen, Rob, not coming to this site, you're not coming to your site, like, this is all good stuff, like, clearly you're not, it's not a big enough problem that they feel like they have to have hands-on.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, did Derek come to the site today? Apparently, you and Derek today, so yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Rob was around, didn't come by, you know,
We just had meetings all over the place, and Rob was like, I haven't been here since you first started, and I was like, oh, I didn't hear that.
you've had a lot here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy.
I'm almost excited just to like,
You're starting to hear.
here's a, more, like,
Yeah.
just everything that's getting
Minivan
set
is,
next year.
I hear minivan's voice.
Dude, Lawrence and we're gonna reach out to you, Tazlo. So they filed a claim against me.
Yeah, well, I was gonna
You
do
signed
that
some
sort of
contracts, but that's no, it's kind of like.
You got power guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a phone.
Okay, I don't believe there's anything else to discuss, so is there anything else from this commission? I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
A second.
I'm asking for a motion.
Oh, I'll make a motion with adjourn.
Second.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Go home.
I should turn that off. I'll turn it off.
You tell him to turn it off.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it, y'all
Nice
have
to
a
meet
nice
you,
one.
Bud.
Thank y'all, thank you, Stoddard.
So you think?
Good questions on
I'll get with,
groundwater monitoring, I wish.
Chris tomorrow about the closure stuff
Okay.
and the bar and stuff, and get back to you.
Another
Make sure he gets
day.
to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Site